Hello and welcome to Not Your Grandma's Opera. I'm Fallon Nunes. Today we're going to do another episode of Opera Basics. Episode 2 actually. We're going to talk about backstage crew. Backstage crew really make the show happen. What is backstage crew? Backstage crew is responsible for the safety of everyone in the backstage area during all performances and rehearsals. So they're also responsible for all set changes, and they also clean up the stage before and after. Now, the head honcho of all this is the stage manager. The stage manager is actually who is in charge of the entire production. Whatever stage manager says, goes. Stage manager can overrule the director. I've seen it happen quite a few times. Directors sometimes aren't happy about it, but a stage manager's biggest concern is your safety. They need to make sure that everyone is safe. If they deem that something is not safe that the director wants, it is not going to happen. They also make sure that you get your breaks. Diamond. Stage manager is really who's in charge. They run the rehearsal, they set the schedule, and they call the show. Now, ASM, or assistant stage manager. My ASM Diamond over here, who is crying because the mailman is here. Anyway, the ASM, assistant stage manager, they facilitate the communication between the stage manager and the actors. So generally, if there's anything going on that I need help with, I'm not gonna go bug the stage manager because the stage manager's got so much to do. I'm gonna go to an ASM, I'm gonna say, I need help with this. Can you help me? And if they can't, they'll either help me, or if they can't, they will be the ones who alert the stage manager and will get help through the stage manager from them. They're basically like the second in command. There usually are two of them on either side of the stage, and they're usually calling what's happening on either side of the stage from the stage manager who's telling them when to call things. Now, there's also deck crew. Sometimes deck crew is also called run crew, and they basically power the scene changes. They hand you props, they move the sets, they do all that kind of stuff. They stage the magic of theater. We also have a fly rail operator. Now, flies, or a fly system, is basically when you get the sets coming in from, it doesn't always have to be a set, it could be just like a piece of something, but when anything comes out, a fly system is basically anything that comes down from the ceiling onto the stage. It could be a set piece, it could be a backdrop, it could be a huge piece of set, it could be an entire scene, but it has to come down and onto the stage. So we have a fly rail operator. This person is the one who's in charge of pulling the ropes to make that change happen. No one else can touch this. We also have a soundboard operator. The soundboard operator is basically in charge of any audio. If it's a musical, they'll usually have a lot more work because they have to deal with microphones and all that kind of stuff. In operas, sometimes there are some operas that don't even have them because they don't necessarily need them. But other ones, if we have like random bird sounds or whatever, and it's not coming from the orchestra, then the soundboard operator would take care of that. We also have the projections board operator. This also is not in every single opera or every single show, but there are shows that do have projections. I've been in several of them, and basically are projections on the scene behind you. These are actually kind of becoming a lot more popular nowadays, where instead of having a set built and all that kind of stuff, they have just like a scrim or a white background, and then they will project things onto this and it will look like a set. It's a little bit cheaper to do it that way, so sometimes people have started doing that quite a bit. So there would be someone who is in charge of that. There's also the spotlight operator and the lighting board operator. Those are in charge of lights. And then in opera, we also have the super titles operator. Super titles are basically subtitles, but instead of below, they're above. And even in English operas, they still have them just so that everyone knows exactly what is being said on stage. So that is basically the backstage crew. There's also more crew, which is costume, makeups, hair, all that kind of stuff. That's gonna be a separate video because each crew, all of them are absolutely fabulous. We need them, we love them, but there's just so much and they deserve their own videos. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, and subscribe.